What's up, YouTubers? This is your boy Big Metroid Fan 9 coming to you with another video game review. And in this review, I'm going to talk about the game Bionic Commando, which was released on the Game Boy by Capcom and stuff like that. And this game is essentially a port of the Bionic Commando game that was released on the NES and everything, but without the Nazi angle and everything. Now, Now, the plot essentially is that the agent Nathan Spencer is on a mission to rescue the Super Joe while also trying to destroy a super weapon called the Albatross and stuff like that. Now, Bionic Commando on the Game Boy is pretty much like the NES version in terms of having like 18 stages and it being non-linear also. So the way they got it set up is like you go to the first three missions you take out first is like stage 0, stage 1 to stage 3, and if you've seen any YouTube videos, you'll notice the setup and everything. And essentially, when you start with a basic gun and a bionic arm, and the bionic arm is used to get to a higher platform due to the fact that the main character can't jump and stuff like that. So you can use the bionic arm to shoot straight up or to shoot it upward in a diagonal way. You know what I'm saying? So it does help in that regard, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the only time you're kind of helpless is when is when you're on your way up and you can't really defend yourself while the enemy is coming your way and everything. That's the only like downside to using that bionic arm and stuff. But as you progress through the game, you'll get different weapons like the wide range rifle, the Vulcan 274, the grenade launcher, and the SAPD gun and everything. And you can also get items like flare guns, permits, and attack boots and stuff like that. Now, when you approach like the end of each mission, you try to destroy a thing called excuse me. You pretty much try to pretty much just have a mission to destroy a core, and while you're trying to do that, you have to fight off like different enemies in the process and everything. And there are certain stages where when you're trying to take out the core, you have to first take out a particular enemy first. You know what I'm saying? It depends on which stage you try to take out the core in and everything. And pretty much after you complete a particular stage and be certain ones that you get rewarded with a particular weapon or a particular item, depending on which stage you complete and everything. Now, with the graphics and design of the Game Boy version of Commando, it looks pretty good, even though it doesn't have the color palette of the NES version and everything. It looks pretty good and everything. And the controls and gameplay is pretty good, even though Rad Spencer don't jump particularly in everything. And I think Capcom pretty much compensated with that bionic arm. You know what I'm saying? Which of course why it's named Bionic Commando and stuff. Now, the soundtrack and the sound effects are pretty excellent. It seemed like that part of it seemed to, in my mind, is the best part of this particular game and stuff. Now, the only gripe that I do have with the Game Boy version of Bionic Commando is it gets hard at certain points, but if you can tough it out, it won't be a problem, you know. But but it's technically not a deal breaker in my opinion. So I'll be honest enough to say that Bionic Commando for the Game Boy is a pretty good game. You know what I'm saying? So as far as the score, I definitely give it a 9 out of 10 and stuff. Now, with that being said, you can sound off in the comment section about Bionic Commando for the Nintendo Game Boy. What you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, and you can also mention the NES version of uh, Bionic Commando as far as comparing it to the Game Boy version and everything. Now, with that being said, if you like this video, don't hesitate to click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. This is your boy, Big Metroid Fan 9, signing off.